Well, we are very excited to welcome to the program today, as we mentioned, U of S Huskies linebacker / DB, Riders number 2 overall pick, Nelson Lokombo, joining us on video chat. How you doing, Nelson?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, am I correct in saying you're joining us from Abbotsford, British Columbia today?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. How long have you been out there? I want to walk back this whole story for you with the U Sports cancellation of the season last year. Had you come to Saskatoon at all in 2020? What's your life been like here in the pandemic?
Yeah, it's been tough, especially at the beginning. We were definitely in the middle of training for the upcoming season that we thought was going to happen, then it got canceled. After that, I decided to come back home for the fall and trained with my brother. And then we were doing a bunch of training, did some speed training, did numerous types, and trained with my friends and did stuff like that. After that, I decided to go back to Sask to train with Joel Lipinski for the Combine. And I got ready out there. And then after the Combine, I finished my finals and came back here and hanging out with the family now. So.
Yeah, next time you're talking to Joel Lipinski, we used to call him Mini Lou Ferrigno. He looks like a little Incredible Hulk. And he did play a very brief time with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Nelson. Just drop that in there next time you're doing a workout with him. Hey, how's your life changed since being taken number 2 overall by the Saskatchewan Roughriders last Tuesday night?
It hasn't really changed. I've always been in terms of personality-wise, I've been the same person. In terms of, I guess, popularity, my phone was blowing up when I got the pick, or I got picked second. And there's been quite a few times where I've gone out to the stores and I've had people recognize me, which has been pretty cool. And that's in BC, so I can't imagine how it's going to be like in Sask.
Oh, wow. How about that? Yeah, you guys. Yeah. Well, and you, by the way, Nelson, I think, despite not having played in 2020, none of your U Sports compadres did. You're in a great spot because if the CFL doesn't play, and we're all praying that it does, but if it doesn't, you still got your 2 years left at the U of S, and I'm pretty confident they're playing. So do you feel like you're in a good position football-wise?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're hoping for the best, but we know there's something at the end of the tunnel there. So,
yeah, and talk about your time with the U of S Huskies. From what I understand, and I got to tell you that Mason Nias's dad, Perry, is probably my best friend. He said that you have just adopted Saskatchewan. Now, you're an Abbotsford kid, and we know your brother, Bo, he's been on the show, but you're all in on the 306 in Saskatchewan. Talk about that. And how did that happen?
Yeah, so I'd have to take you back to when I was being recruited. I was being recruited to play a few spots. A few different universities wanted me to play running back, and a few wanted me to play DB. I wanted to play DB, and I know that when I was being recruited by Sask, Flory saw the same thing in me. We both had the same mindset for my future, and I think the chemistry really built there. And I could see throughout my recruiting process that the culture in Sask was changing pretty big. They brought in new coaching staff my first year, and the chemistry was there from the get go. I think one of the biggest things for me was wanting to win, and I know that Flory and the whole coaching staff out there had the experience of winning. So it was really an easy decision for me. Obviously, the first couple of years were huge culture change from growing up in BC and having to adjust to that. It wasn't too hard, but I'd say that I've adopted the Saskatoon way. So
I only got a couple more questions for you, Nelson, but I saw that you felt surprised that you went number 2 overall. I predicted that you would go number 2 overall. to the Riders, just because I know how Jeremy O'Day thinks. And I also know there's a spot for you on that defense right now. But I saw mock drafts that said the BC Lions were going to take you in the first round if you were available when the Lions were picking. So did you read any of that coverage? What were your thoughts going into round one? Did you have a choice of where you'd like to be selected?
Yeah, so I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. Leading up to the draft the whole week, I was kind of just guessing where I'd go. I wasn't 100% sure. There wasn't one clear answer. So, draft day started, and my agent actually called me and was like, "Oh, Sask just called me, so just be ready because Sask might be the spot." And after that, I kind of had a feeling that Sask was going to take me. So. It was definitely shocked, and the shock lasted for quite a bit there, but I'm happy it turned out this way.
What did your brother Bo say about this? I know I'm told how tight you guys are. Was he disappointed? Happy for you? Was he allowing himself to think of being teammates with BC if that had happened? What did Bo say?
He was happy. He was extremely happy for me. We're very supportive of each other, so we always look out for each other. And he was definitely happy that my goal has finally been achieved, and he knows how much hard work I put into it. So.
No, I'm sure he was. I'm sure he hasn't given up on you guys suiting up together, though, on a team together at some point in your CFL careers. And by the way, Paul Waldo, for our viewers that don't know, 3-time Grey Cup champion, 2 times with Montreal, 1 with Saskatchewan. He's the DB coach of the U of S Huskies, and he has said that you are ready to go now to the CFL and play. How much of an influence has he been in your career, Nelson?
Huge. He's one of those coaches that you dream of having. He's a guy who's experienced so much as a player, and he's won so much as a player, and he could probably still be playing right now if he wanted to. So, it's been great having him as a coach, and I'm glad that I was able to work with him throughout my time there.
Well, you know what? Father Time is undefeated. Paul might argue whether he could play now or not, but what he's passing along is just staggering. He's got so much knowledge to pass along, and that's the kind of guy he is, as you know, giving back. Nelson, people are writing in, saying, Jordan Ewart watching on YouTube says, I miss the Riders listening to this. Well, of course, this is the kind of guy you want to watch, right, Darren? But I guess while you sit here, Nelson, and wait, what's your summer going to be like, training-wise and lifestyle-wise? What's the immediate future like for you?
Yeah, so right now it's just training, getting back to, getting back and getting ready for training camp. I guess right now it's just out here in BC training. Might make a trip back in Sask and continue my training with Joel. But that's kind of what it's been so far.
All right. Well, obviously, stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to see you suit up in green and white in the CFL. Thank you, Nelson, for the time. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nelson Lokombo, the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 CFL Draft by the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.